Agric today on ARSN Television, Abuja, Nigeria. I am Khadija Oluwatoyin. On today's program, we will be discussing integrated rice farming alongside fisheries. When I say fisheries, I don't mean only fish. When I say it's fish, and of course, we have the crab, we have the prawns and the rest of it. How can these both items be, grown at the same time is what we're bringing to you on the program. Don't go nowhere. Sit back, relax. The program continues shortly. Stay tuned. Yes, the program is still Agric today, and like I said, we'll be taking a look at integrated farming. When I say this, I mean how you can farm your rice and other fishery products together. And to discuss this with me in the studio is no other person than our expert, Mr. Tairo Tanimo. Welcome to the program, sir.
No, thanks for having me.
Yes, in Nigeria, we are mostly used to farming just one produce. If we're going to be farming yam, we farm the deep-rooted. If not until recently, we started farming, when we farm our yams, we farm other produce that are not deep-rooted and the rest of it. But this integrated farming is not like what, we've seen that is common in Nigeria. Here is just the normal, way of farming. Even if it's, scientifically, what I mean is that maybe it's not about safety, or it's the normal organic kind of produce. But in this sense now, what we'll be looking at is integrated farming, where we can farm our rice and our fish all at the same spot and venue together. First of all, what is integrated farming?
Yes, integrated farming is a system of farming whereby you combine either crop or fisheries together. Here, since your focus is majorly on aquaculture, it means we'll be talking about rice as well as fisheries farming combined.
Together.
So together, yes.
Okay, so how is this possible to roll?
Yes, I think I'll use an example of my recent trip to China, where I studied, or where I learned a lot about this system of farming, which is highly developed there. There they have a system where they will farm rice, then at the boundary of the rice farm, they will grow fisheries there. They either grow fish or crabs or shrimps or any other aquaculture this thing.
So extensively explain to farmers at home watching, how can this integrated farming be seamless and be practiced in Nigeria based on your trainings in China?
For a starter, I will advise the person that the person should start or should practice this. Since it's a starter, he should do it during the rainy season. Then after planting his rice normally, then at the boundary, he makes trenches. Yes, some few meters deep, and where water will collect. After the water collects, he then puts his fingerlings there. Then from there, at least you grow the fingerlings till they reach maturity. In this sense, he will be using one stone to kill two birds. He will harvest his rice as well as harvest his fish or even crabs or shrimps at the same time.
So as the case may be, we know that even listening to this is like an advantage to both the farmer and the economy. What do you think? Do you think Nigerian farmers would want to key into this system of farming?
Yes, this system of farming is highly important. Just like I mentioned earlier on, it's a method of using one stone to kill two birds. Yes, you harvest your rice when it is ripe, and you equally harvest your fish or shrimps or crabs once they reach maturity. Yes, you can sell the crabs, make income, and equally gain access to your rice as well. So I highly advise Nigerian farmers to key into it. Yes, I would equally like to add that in line with the policy of this administration, which is zero tolerance for poverty. This is one of the major means of reducing poverty among the rural populace.
because you know that if you are able to do this, if a farmer knows that I have 1 hectare of land and I can farm my rice and as well do not the usual even for them it's a plus I see, because you have your rice farm, of course you harvest, and you can even go there and harvest your fishes.
Yes.
Whether you want to use it for consumption or you want to use it for commercial purposes. Okay, on that note, we'll take a quick break. When we return, we'll show you some videos of what integrated farming looks like, so that it doesn't look like, are we talking abracadabra here? No, we're saying what is real. This is the practice in China, and of course, if Nigeria can domesticate this, we believe that even the economy will thank us. Stay tuned. ICN Television, Abuja, Nigeria, and I have been discussing with Mr. Tairo Tanimu, who has been talking to us on integrated farming system where you can farm your rice and other fisheries like the fish, the crabs, the prawns, and the rest of it. You've spoken to us about um, how you can integrate other produce like fisheries into the rice farming. I understand that Nigerians, of course, are watching. What other produce is it that rice is the only product we can integrate, or can we farm our yam and put it just for clarification's sake?
Yes, crops like yam, maize, guinea corn, usually they do not tolerate much water. So for a starter, I will advise that the person should focus more on the rice, because that is their major focus, and that is what they studied most. That is integrating rice together with either fish, prawns, crabs, as well as other etc.
The goodies you brought back. I know that aside this integrating rice and fisheries, what other things can farmers learn as the year comes by from your trip?
Yes, aside from the integrated fisheries rice farm that I saw there, I also saw that yes, they farm a lot of mushroom. Here these are things we also have in our bushes, so that we don't usually pay much attention to. But there, I saw somebody that studied mushroom from the university level down to professorial level. She's basically studying.
And she's a woman.
Yes, and
wow.
She's a woman too. Yes, that which makes it more interesting. She's a woman, and she has this her lab devoted entirely to the study of mushroom. So there, mushroom has become a staple food. They farm it, and they also make a lot of products from it. Like while we were with her, she gave us sweets that were made from mushroom, as well as other value products too that were made from mushroom. So here too, I'll encourage our farmers too that yes, they should key into that, so that I know ARCN too is doing a lot of work through mobilizing its research institute to undertake study in those things with a view to making it popular in Nigeria.
Its mushroom is one, should I say food that is not popular. I know I've seen it in one or two places in the southwest, and I don't think I've ever seen it in the north, apart from Yakuwa. What do you guys call it? That thing that looks like okra.
Yes.
But it's not, I know that's the one that is famous in this part. But then in the southwestern part of Nigeria, you see it. So if this can be farmed in large scale, that means that we can make money even as a nation.
Yes.
From it. Okay. Taking you about a bit away from our topic, there's been a time we talked on the program about our exports and capabilities. What do you think? We just talked. We know that we have this mushroom, like you talked about. We know that we are good. We have good rice as a nation in Nigeria. Look at when the border was closed. Yes, there was a bit food dragging before everybody came to the terms to realities that we need to go back to the farm and begin to do our things ourselves. Just like some nations do, you don't import food into them and the rest of it. When we have this food, the issues we have most times is about preservation. We're not able to export and the rest of it. Now you have called for integrated farming to come. If I'm going to be an integrated farmer, I'm planting rice, I'm doing fishes. I love fish, so fish would be my own. And then I'm doing fish. If I have it in excess, and other farmers also have, what you call on government as regards being able to export instead of leaving them to get spoiled?
As far as these two are concerned, specifically rice, I think there is a huge market for rice in Nigeria. Yes, Nigeria up to now is not able to meet its demand for rice. Similarly too, there's a huge market for fish. Yes, Nigeria up till now is yet to meet its demand for fish. So there's no, in fact, the market is always there. Yes, the market is always open. Before you even think of exporting, I think first and foremost we have to have self-sufficiency in these two. Yes, that's in rice production as well as fisheries production. Then we can think of exporting. For example, if you move from here, that's from Abuja here down to Kaduna State, you see vast arable land. Yes, that is uncultivated. I think our farmers too can take advantage of that to cultivate and make money from it. Number one, they will provide food for themselves and equally gain some income from producing those two. So, and if you look at China, in comparison to China, you see that China is a highly mountainous area. They don't have the vast arable land that we are blessed with in this country, but yet they have self-sufficiency in a lot of food items. So here, we in Nigeria, we are blessed with vast arable land. We can take advantage of that, grow our food, feed ourselves, and even export.
I heard farmers talk about this sufficiency thing. You talked about the last administration really dwelled so much about food sustainability and the rest, and the present administration even made this very clear. The president, in one of his broadcasts that is on social media, said, let the poor breathe, and by breathing of the poor means that there's enough food and life is actually easy for everyone. Looking at the market price, coming back to you've talked about, yes, being having sustainability in Nigeria first is what is key. Looking at the market price, how do you think farmers can do? What should they do in balancing this up? We have different factors, from getting fuel to getting to the market, after going to the market, like that, getting buyers and the rest. What do you think farmers can do in cushioning this effect?
Here you are talking about infrastructure. Yes, the China I went to, in fact, government is constructing road down to the doorsteps of yes, at a lot of farm gates. So yes, third road down to farm gates. So and additionally to they don't have much problem regarding electricity. Yes, because if your farm is close to maybe a source of water, government generates electricity from that water. You get it. And then for example, like here in the north, we have a lot of sunshine. They don't have much sunshine, just like we have. We can introduce solar panels, or so that we generate electricity from it to power our farms. So in essence, government has a lot to do. That's in terms of provision of infrastructure. Yes, I know Nigerian farmers are hardworking. Yes, and they are ready to take up that opportunity. But once federal government provides the enabling environment, such as infrastructure, I know our farmers, the sky is their limit.
Yes, the sky is the limit for farmers when they try to, go this far and ensure that they try the integrated farming system of farming. We'll take a quick break on return to the program. Continue. Stay tuned. program is still Agric today, and we've been discussing integrated farming of rice and fisheries. And like I used to say, if you have spare hectares of land that you want to cultivate, please call me. I'm interested in cultivating it. Now we're all going back to the farm, and that's what it is. It is what it is. If you know you want to live healthy, for healthy sake, and of course for you to save your finances. Before we take a leave, before we leave the studio, um, what's your word for young people? When you talk farming, everybody believe it's about going to the farm with hoe and cutlasses.
ERCN is doing its best to make sure that it improves farming practices in Nigeria. But I must say, unfortunately, up till now, our farming system is still at the background. Yes, it's still dragging back. For example, China, where I went to, there's high level of mechanization of their farming system, beginning with the land clearing, planting, down to harvesting. In fact, they are even getting to a stage where somebody will be in his room, he will direct his tractor from his own house to go to his farm, go and plant or weed his farm, and then return back to its garage. It has gone to that,
Wow.
Yes, they are advanced to that extent. But if you travel down the road in Nigeria, you'll see that our farmers still rely on the hoe as well as the cutlass system. Yes, and I know that the federal government, the present administration, is ready and willing to see that Nigeria moves from that type of farming system to a more integrated, to a more improved farming system. And I can assure you that the ES under Professor Garba Hamidu Sharubutu is doing his possible best to make sure that this dream of the federal government is being achieved.
It is hope that with the present crop of leaders that we have, ranging from the minister down to, of course, the executive secretary of the Agric Research Council of Nigeria, there's going to be a difference as to how this sector is being driven. Thank you for coming on the program, sir.
Thanks, it's my pleasure.
We'll be looking forward to having you in our subsequent, where we'll be talking more on integrated farming and, of course, other topics.
Always, I will be on ground.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
That's it on the program for this week. Today, I am Khadija Oluwatoyin, and I'm saying, don't forget that even if it's in sack, you can plant what you need to eat to become healthy. I'm saying bye from here.